Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scare204 here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the TR-85M1. The TR-85 is a third generation main battle tank designed for the armed forces of Romania, based on the TR-77-580. The TR-85 tank was developed from 1978 to 1985 and produced from 1986 until 1990. A modernization program was initiated in March 1994 in order to upgrade the TR-85 tanks to NATO standards. The result was the TR-85M1 Bizonul, which translates to Bison, main battle tank, currently the most modern tank in service with the Romanian land forces. Although a further development of the T-55, the TR-85M1 uses a T-block power pack, similar to that used in the Leopard 1 based off the V8 German 830 horsepower diesel engine, an improved turret, a locally designed Cyclop fire control system, and a new 100mm BM412SG APF-SDS T projectiles, and a completely redesigned suspension with 6 road wheels on each side protected by metal side skirts. Yeah, so the TR-85M1 here is the basically most modernized version of the Romanian domestic tanks that they use. Pretty interesting looking tank here. Definitely very, I guess, seems very dated compared to obviously more modern MBTs and all that stuff, but still a pretty interesting design. I think one that's kind of fun to do is we don't really explore too many different countries on the channel, I feel, at times, and I think Romania has this really interesting vehicle that definitely should be shown. And I did a tutorial on this thing a long time ago, so it's fun to kind of finally come back and revisit that tank and get a nice redesign out there for all you guys to enjoy. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and kind of take a look here at the vehicle and see exactly where we'll be going ahead and building. So as you can see here, we have the chassis of the vehicle, nothing too fancy going on in terms of that, but we have the turret here, a pretty low profile turret with the main gun, obviously the 100mm gun. We then have the mounted machine gun up on top here, as well as all the little optics and stuff like that that are present on the tank. The hatches up on top here, a little detailing, and as we progress to the sides here, we have the smoke grenade dispensers located here, and also smoke grenade dispensers located here on the back section here of this extended portion of the turret, which is basically one of the modifications to modernize it, most likely ammo storage or something like that. And as we work our way back, we have basically the engine bay here, nothing too crazy. On the back, just a unditching log and some external fuel tanks there for extra longevity in terms of its fuel capacity. But yeah, pretty interesting tank. Should be a pretty fun build to add to our collection. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our first layer by beginning with layer number 1. Alright guys, go ahead and move it into our first layer here. We'll be going ahead and start with layer number 1. Now for layer 1, to go ahead and get started with here, we'll be going ahead and placing down a nether brick slab here, followed by a second one, and then we're going to place down 2 nether brick top slabs coming off that like so. We then want to place down 2 black shulker boxes on their sides, so like so. And then we're going to then place down 2 polished black stone stairs, and a nether 2 directly behind those like so. We're going to place down nether 2 black shulker boxes back to back, as well as a nether 2 polished black stone stairs, like so, and a nether 2 on the back there. Again, black shulker boxes here to both sides, like so, and then we're going to go and then place down another 2 polished black stone stairs, and a 2 coming off the back there of those. And then we're going to place down 2 nether brick slabs, followed by 2 nether brick top slabs. Now if you're on Java, or just actually in general, we're going to go to the sides here of these shulker boxes, we're going to place down item frames, and then green stained glass paints in those item frames. If you're on Java, however, we can go ahead and add a little bit of extra detail by going ahead and placing down a dark oak button on the side there of those shulker boxes. If you're not on Java, such as Pocket Edition or Bedrock, you will not be able to place down the button and item frame in the same block space. If that's the case, then just go ahead and place down the item frame and disregard that button there. So yeah, just a nice little extra detail there if you're on Java. Anyways, with that done, we're going to then go to the nether brick top slab here and place down a row 3 of dark oak top slabs across, followed by a row 3 of dark oak trapdoors coming off the front here, and then a row 3 of green carpet across the front like that. And then go into the rear of the tank, we're going to go to this nether brick top slab here, and again a row 3 of dark oak top slabs across like so. At this point, we just want to take our dark oak top slabs and fill in the base here for the tank with our top slabs like so, and basically just connect both rows together. With that done, we're going to then place down a nether brick slab row 2 over here, and then 2 nether brick top slabs like so, and we're just going to copy the same design we did for the tracks over there on that side, just over here this side. So pretty simple design overall. so nothing too crazy. And we're just going to continue this down the sides here. And just like that. After we have that done, we're going to then place down 2 neighborhood slabs and 2 neighborhood top slabs like that to go and finish that off. Then on these shulker boxes, we're just going to place down item frames, green stained glass paints in those item frames, and dark oak buttons on those shulker boxes like that there. Now, once we have this done, we're going to now move into making the banners here. As you can see there for the stairs to kind of go ahead and create a nicer look there for our road wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the necessary materials to make those, and I'll see you guys here shortly to go ahead and finish off this layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and making these banners, pretty simple. We're going to need obviously a loom, 2 black banners, 2 black dye, and 2 green dye. We're going to start off by going ahead and go into our loom. We're going to place down our black banners and our green dye. For these 2 black banners here, we're going to split each one in half of green dye. So the first one, we have the green dye on the left side, and then the green dye over here on the right side, so you get 2 banners that look like this. Both banners will go back into our loom, and then taking black dye, we're going to place down a line horizontally through the center there, like so for black dye. Same thing will be done for this banner here as well. And you get 2 banners that look like this. These banners here simply will be placed down on the sides here of these polished black stone stairs, with the green portion of those stairs facing toward each other. So just be done here to all both sides, and just like that you have basically your wheels complete. And with that, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 1. Let's go ahead and move on to layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2, we're going to start off by placing down a dark oak wood slab on top of the stair here, or sorry, on top of that trap door, and then a dark oak wood stair like this to both sides. Coming off those dark oak wood stairs, we're going to place down 2 narrow brick stairs like this out to the sides, and we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a dark oak wood sign, and we're just going to go ahead and wrap dark oak wood signs around these 3 sides here of the stairs like so. So just like that. After that, we're going to then take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 5 across here, a green shulker box like this to both sides, dark oak wood button, item frame, or sorry, actually begin with an item frame and a cobweb in the item frame, so same thing here on both sides. And if you're on Java, again, we'll add the extra feature of putting a dark oak wood button there on the side of that shulker box as well. After that, we're going to then take our green terracotta, we're going to place a row of 5 across the middle here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're just going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair like this to both sides, followed by a dark oak wood sign on the side of the stair, like so. And then taking our green terracotta, we're going to go and place down a row of 7 across, followed by a second row of 7 after that, then a 3rd row, then after that a 4th row, followed by a 5th, then a 6th, and then a 7th, 8th, 9th, and we're going to stop at 9 rows of 7. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then taking our dark oak wood trapdoors, we're just going to place them down here on the sides of each one of these green terracotta blocks on the side for the side skirts. So this will be on both sides here. Like so. And then after we have that done, we're going to then place down a row of 5 of green terracotta across the center here, a dark oak wood upside down stair to both sides, and then a sign coming off the side of those stairs like so. After that, we're going to then place down another row of 3 of green another row of 5 of green terracotta across with a green shulker box on both sides here again. Just like we did in the front, we're going to place down an item frame and a cobweb in that item frame, followed by a dark oak wood button on the side of the shulker box as well. After that, on the back here, we just want to go and place down a row of 2 of narrow brick walls on both sides here, and then taking our dark oak wood signs, we're going to go and place down a dark oak wood sign, which will be coming off the side here of this wall, and also the front sides here. So just like this on the sides there. And then at this point, we're going to take our green terracotta, just place down a row of 3 across the center. And we then want to go and just very simply place down a tripwire hook on these 2 green terracotta blocks to the sides there. And with that all complete there, that is going to basically wrap up what we have there for layer number 2 for the build. Taking a look at it from the top down view, this is what we should have so far. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors on top of these narrow brick stairs, like so. And then going back from these, we're going to go ahead and place down daylight detectors on both sides here for the fenders, and make sure that you do close those dark oak wood trapdoors if they do open on you. We then want to place down a row of 7 of dark oak wood slabs across, followed by item frames on these 2 dark oak wood slabs here to the right side, like so. And in those item frames, you're going to place down snowballs for the front headlights. At this point, we're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 green terracotta, and then a stripped spruce wood log over here to the left side. And then we just want to place down a green shulker box coming off the sides here like so. After this, we're going to go do the same thing again with a row of 5, going all the way across here, green terracotta, and then a green shulker box on the side to both sides like that. At this point, we want to go and then go to our left side over here, or actually we're just going to go and place down a row 5 green terracotta across. We're going to place down a green shulker box over here to the left side, and over here to the right side, we're going to place down a spruce wood slab. Now on the side of that spruce wood slab, we also want to place down a spruce wood sign. And we're going to go back from this spruce wood slab with another spruce wood slab, and another spruce wood sign, and then a row of 5 again of green terracotta across. And then over here on the left side, we will be going ahead and placing down a chest over here. We also want to go ahead and grab ourselves some dark oak wood buttons, and also a tripwire hook. We're going to place down a dark oak wood button on these 2 shulker boxes here, and then a tripwire hook coming off the center shulker box like that. After that, we're going to then place down another row of 5 of green terracotta across, this time with a green shulker box over here on the right side, and to the left side over here, we're going to go ahead and very simply just place down a dark oak wood slab. So, dark oak wood slab here. Then we're going to place down another row of 5 of green terracotta across, a green shulker box to the right side here, followed by a spruce wood slab over here to the left side, and just like we did over on the right side, we're going to go and place down a spruce wood sign on the side of this slab. We're going to place down a second spruce wood slab back from this one, spruce wood sign, row of 5 of green terracotta across, and then a dark oak wood slab over here to the right side. After we have that all done, we're going to go ahead and take our green terracotta. We're going to go and place down a row 7 of green terracotta across, followed by an item frame, come off the sides there of those blocks, and then in that item frame, we want to go and place down a iron bar, like so. From this, we're going to take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green terracotta, followed by a second row of 5, and then a third row after that. We then want to go ahead and grab our green shulker boxes. We're going to place down a row of 3 on the sides here, and we then want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood button on these 2 blocks here, and then a tripwire hook there on the center one. Same thing over here, dark oak wood button, tripwire hook, and dark oak wood button. Now in the very back, we're going to go ahead and take our green terracotta, place down a row of 5 across, and we're going to go ahead and follow this up again by placing down a dark oak wood trapdoor to both sides, like so. And then after we have that done, we want to go and then take our dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to place down a row of 5 across the back here, and we're going to go then place down an item frame on both sides. And coming off that item frame, we're going to place down a green terracotta block, or actually, sorry, in the item frame, we're going to place down a green terracotta block, and then a row of dark oak wood signs across the dark oak wood top slabs here. So just like that. And then we're also going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side here if you're on Java. So just a sign here on the side of those top slabs as well. Again, if you're on Java, like that. And with that all complete there, that is going to basically wrap up what we have there for layer number 3. Take a look at it from up above here. This is what we should have for the final portion of that layer. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer 4. For layer 4 to begin with, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green terracotta across here, followed by a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs. We then want to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 dark oak wood top slabs going forward like so. We're going to go then place down an item frame here on the front, and in that item frame, we want to go ahead and place down a black concrete block, and if you're on Java, we can go ahead and place down a dark oak wood sign also on the side there of that top slab. To the sides though, of these next 2 top slabs, we're going to go ahead and place down dark oak wood signs here on the sides, like so. And we then want to go ahead and go to the very back here in our second, or actually sorry, this first dark oak wood top slab after this row 3. We're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on both sides of that top slab, like so. Now at this point, we then want to go ahead and grab our mossy cobblestone walls. We're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides of those green terracotta blocks, followed by a zombie head, which will be coming forward from those walls on both sides. Now with that complete, we also want to go and take our item frames, and on these 2 green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down our item frames, and then we're going to go and then place down our green terracotta blocks in those item frames. This is a feature you're only going to be able to do on Java. If you're on Bedrock or Pocket Edition, you will not be able to place those item frames there. So if you're on Java, that is a nice detail you can throw in right there. However, one thing we can do is over here on this shulker box, we're going to go and place down a rail right here. And then after that, we're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab, which will be coming off the side here of this mossy cobblestone wall. So like that to both sides. After that's done, we're going to then place down another row, or sorry, row 5 of green terracotta across this section, followed by a green stained glass pane to both sides. After this point, we're going to then grab a dark oak wood fence gate, as well as some wither skeleton skulls, and coming off the glass pane here, we're going to place down a fence gate, open it toward the tank, place down a wither skeleton skull coming off the side of the fence gate facing toward the front, and then one wither skeleton skull on top. Same thing over here as well. So just like this for the smoke grenade dispensers. Continuing on, we're going to then place down another row of 5 of green terracotta across this section here, and then we're going to then place down a mossy cobblestone wall coming off that green stained glass pane to both sides. We then want to place down another row of 5 of green terracotta across, followed by this time a green shulker box to both sides, and a tripwire hook, which will be coming off the shulker box like that. We're going to then place down a row of 3 of green terracotta across, a mossy cobblestone wall to both ends, and we're going to then take our zombie heads and we're going to place down zombie heads wrapped around these mossy cobblestone walls like that. And then in between these zombie heads here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of dark oak with top slabs across, followed by an item frame, which will be underneath these zombie heads, and again this is going to be a Java only feature. And then in those item frames, we're going to place down a green terracotta block. After that, we're going to then place down a dark oak button, going back from those item frames there. And in between here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of dark oak with top slabs. We then want to place down another row of 3 of dark oak with top slabs across. This time we can go ahead and grab our daylight detectors and place down one daylight detector here to both sides. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and then grab ourselves some polished blackstone slabs and spruce wood slabs. We're going to place down a daylight detector here in the center, a spruce wood slab, and then to the sides here, 2 polished blackstone slabs to both sides, and then 2 daylight detectors to the sides of those. And then across this row here, we're just going to place down a row of 5 of daylight detectors across. We're going to go then place down a green terracotta block, which will be on this dark oak top slab there in the center. And then our shulker boxes, we're going to place down 1 and 2, like this to the sides, with the bottoms of the shulker boxes facing toward each other, like so. At this point here, very simply, we're going to go and just place down a stone button on the side here of the shulker box, and also on top of it, on top of this green terracotta block on these 2 sides, and on top of these 2 sides there, the shulker boxes. And then to the sides here of the shulker boxes, we're going to go and place down a dark oak button on the top of them, like that to the sides. And once we have that all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer 4. Here's a overview of what that will look like. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our final layers, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So with that, let's go ahead and move into our final layers here, 5 through 8. Alright guys, so moving into our final layers here, we have layers 5 through 8. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to place down 2 dark oak trapdoors on top of these 2 dark oak top slabs in the front here, and then going ahead and grab ourselves some green carpet. We're going to be placing down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 green carpet back, and then a dark oak trapdoor like so. We then want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood, we'll just go and do a green terracotta block here, an item frame, and then we're going to go and place down a green terracotta block in the item frame, like so, and then a dark oak wood sign over the side of the block there as well if you're on Java. Anyways, at this point here, we're going to then place down a green carpet on top of these 2 dark oak wood top slabs, and then after that, we're going to place down a daylight detector to both sides of that green terracotta block. After that, we're going to then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on top of those mossy cobblestone walls to the sides there, and then also a green carpet on top of those dark oak wood top slabs to both sides. Continuing on, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab, which will be directly behind this green terracotta block, and then 1 out here to the right side, and then to the left side of the tank, we're going to go ahead and place down a mossy cobblestone wall. After those, we're going to go ahead and then place down a daylight detector to both sides like so. At this point here, we're going to then place down a green terracotta block in the center, and then we want to go and then grab ourselves a dark oak wood stair. And we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair to both sides of this green terracotta block. And then after that, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab, coming off the front there of the stairs, out to both sides. After this point, we're going to then place down a stripped spruce wood log, coming off the side here of this stair, and then 2 green terracotta blocks over to the left side. And then we're going to go and just place down a daylight detector to both sides. We then want to take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 3 across, and on both sides of this row of 3, we're going to place down a zombie head. And we're going to then place down a second row of 3 of green terracotta across, this time with a zombie head again on both sides. And then we're going to place down 2 more rows of 3, all the way back so it ends on top of those dark oak top slabs. Just like we did for the front here, we're going to put some more smoke grenade dispensers with a dark oak fence gate coming off this green terracotta block opened up toward it, a wither skeleton skull coming off the side of the fence gate facing forward, and then a wither skeleton skull on top of that fence gate as well. And same thing will be done over here, just like that for the other side. With that all complete, go into the top here of the turret. We want to go and grab ourselves some item frames. We're going to place down an item frame on top of this green terracotta block here. Place down a green terracotta block in the item frame. And also, we're going to go ahead and replace this green terracotta block here with a stripped spruce wood block. And on top of that block, we're going to place down an item frame and a green terracotta block in the item frame, like so. And if you're on Java, we can go ahead and grab a spruce wood button, and we can also place down a spruce wood button on top of this stripped log, just like that. After that's done, we want to go and then place down a zombie head here on top of this green terracotta block facing forward, and also a zombie head right there on top of that green terracotta block there. And we're going to go and then grab ourselves some iron bars, and we're going to just go up 1, 2, 3 iron bars up from this dark liquid stair over here on the left side. Now when it comes to the machine gun, we're going to need some materials here. We're going to need some item frames, some dark liquid fence gates, we're going to need a black bed for our item frame, some dark liquid signs, polished blackstone top slab, or just a slab in general, end rod, chain, wither skeleton skull, and then a stone button for now. To go ahead and make our machine gun, actually we're also going to need an anvil real quick, but we're going to go and start off by placing down an anvil on top of this stair here. A dark liquid fence gate came off the anvil, facing toward it. Item frame, black bed in the item frame, and if you're on Java, a dark liquid sign on the side of that anvil. We're going to then place down a polished blackstone top slab forward, dark liquid signs on both sides of that top slab, followed by an end rod, a chain, and then a wither skeleton skull there on the very tip. Now after we have that done, we then want to go ahead and place down a dark liquid sign, wither skeleton skull come off this side of the anvil. And then on top here, we're going to place down a stone button, like so, and then a zombie head on top of this anvil, just like that. And after we have that all done right there, that is going to pretty much wrap up my tutorial here for the TR-85M1 Bizonul. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be anything from a style of the build, tweet to my channel, or this video. If this does appear on any social media sites, as long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on, and overall enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett204, and I'll see you guys next time.